What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.
You feel what I'm saying? From the mental aspect, I take my thoughts, you feel what I'm saying? And I bring them to my woman that I have broken down, analyzed and deconstructed. I have this, that, and the third. And when I speak with her about it, in her mind, her mentality has to be on point with mine to where she can take that intelligence that I'm just giving her and takes the intuition and reconstitute it, right? Then on the same coin flip to that, when her intuition has an idea or has something, she brings it to me. I can break that down. So she tells me what she feels, I tell her what I think, and then we come together as one. See, man, this shit ain't hard. This shit ain't hard. The only problem is we don't know about this shit no more because it's kept under wraps. Because now we thinking our manliness and our masculinity we thinking toxic femininity is our masculinity, and it's not. It's toxic femininity, motherfucker. And with toxic femininity, you will never be able to harmonize with a woman. You will only be able to be at odds with her, and she will be your enemy. You guys will bump heads forever. You feel me? But when you operate from your masculine perspective and you know how to tap into it and you know how to move according to that shit, and now you interact with your woman, y'all will grow, y'all will build, and y'all will evolve. So from this point forward, let's really analyze that. Like, So Frail, this whole series is going to evolve into something different. It's going to evolve into something different. I'm not tooting my horn. It is what it is. And I'm telling you from what I know and what I'm actually actively living myself, this is what the situation is. So, yeah. And my sisters, when the time comes and y'all start to understand that you're dealing with men from toxic femininity, when you start to deal with men who operate from masculinity, don't feel like he's neglecting you. Don't feel like he's not emotional because don't feel like he's not operating from that perspective. You know? Whenever there's a commonality between the women that I dealt with and the women that and their men that they were with prior to me. There's always a common theme. Those men operate through toxic femininity. So the battle is going to come. Either you're going to be dependent on that. Either you're going to be dependent on that man when you submit your femininity to his, and his is toxic. Then he can become physically abusive. He can become verbally abusive because it's about fucking destruction. But then at the same time, it's going to be the other way around if he submits his to yours, and now you're taking care of him. Now he's acting like your son. Now he's asking you for permission to do certain shit, and he's doing all this, and now you feel like he's less of a man, but you're taking care of him. All of that is when femininities come together. So understand, when you look at your feminism and shit like that, it ain't got nothing to do with y'all fighting masculinity. Y'all are fighting men, and y'all are fighting toxic femininity at its essence. Pay attention to that. Start to say that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And now, let's revive masculinity. Bring that shit back to fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Bring that shit back to life. Read So Frail. It's all in there. It's all in there. So Frail 2 is coming. You know what I mean? But read So Frail because it's all in there. And you start to see the masculine components and shit. So now, growing up, we need to really make that change. I'll probably be back for another. So Frail conversations after the third one or something later. We'll give it time. This one took a year to come back to, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't want it to be like we get lost in the sauce with the shit, because it's time. Our time is now. We in it, however you want to look at it, whether masculinity needs to be here. The world is dying. The world is going under, and it's doing the things that it's doing because masculinity is gone. And toxic femininity is running the world through men who, I'm going to end on this. The most recessive stock of the genetics on the world, and the most recessive stock of genetics in this world, and the most destructive stock on the face of this earth is running the world through toxic femininity. So everything that they involve themselves with, everything that follows them, everything that accepts that way of life will destroy every fucking